Hi there. In this very quick video, I'm going to talk about our free WordPress plugin for the HR industry and for HR systems for any company, not just for the staffing industry. If you're in the staffing industry, you'll find it even more valuable if you just need to add either a staff directory and or job applications to your, like a jobs board to your website. Then this can certainly help. And it's free. Can't beat the price. We just needed it. We built it. Some clients needed it, so we built it out of necessity. And we have really a lot of systems for the HR industry that may be of value to your company. We've got timesheets and time clock systems, including even advanced systems with union rules and child actors for the movie industry and all sorts of powerful systems. So by all means, if you like this, we encourage you to check out SwiftCloud and what we can do for you. Meanwhile, this part you can show for free, and so we'll start with this. So what this does is creates really two types of custom post types for your website with the corresponding microdata, which helps it get picked up by Google and seen as Google. So especially for things like job boards, and it can really help you add powerful systems to your website very easily. So what it'll do is it'll create basically what you see here, a staff directory, which is searchable. And of course, each one is clickable to an individual page. This is just editable. This is just, of course, the featured image. We'll also do the same thing on the job side. So here it is on SwiftCloud, our own servers. And you can see just a list of jobs. And there's two different sort of modes. In this case, we want them to go over to SwiftCloud and use our paperless e-sign platform. Which is like our electronic docs platform, which is incredibly powerful and allows for branching if-then logic. So if they check certain boxes about certain technology that they know, then we can ask further questions. We can set up all sorts of more powerful automation. In this case, for a writer position, we put the application right at the end of the job, and I can show you how to turn that on. It's very simple. So let me back up. In order to add the plugin, you just go to plugins, go to add new, and once you're there, go ahead and just search for SwiftCloud. Once you search for SwiftCloud, you'll see job applicant tracking and staff directory by SwiftCloud. This is very undermarketed. It's been out for, I think, a year or two because we just built it out of necessity, and then we just threw it onto WordPress and thought maybe somebody would find some use for it, but we really haven't promoted it because we've just been focused on other things. So, and we're not, frankly, making any money off of it right now. So we just thought we'd put a little video together and maybe start to promote it a little bit and help people get some value from it. In order to apply for this position, just click the box, and of course, it's got a form as you'd expect, including this place to paste their resume or CV. In this case, I'm gonna just go ahead and type in some junk, and as soon as I do, then what's going to happen is it is going to ask some pre-interview questions. So on the back end, those are customizable. So once you enable the plugin, you just go here to settings. In this case, we'll just go to settings. And then we go to pre-interview questions, so job posts. And as long as this is on, pre-interview, this is where you can set that. These are, of course, good for good general questions. We'll preload all of this, but of course, you can edit it as you see fit and just hit save settings. You also can turn on here in the general settings whether or not you even want job posts on, whether you want custom post type. So in this case, in the case of SwiftCloud, we just have that off. If we turn it on, then really, I don't think there's any other options for that. But you can kind of set up the list page. For SEO, you've got some controls. That's mainly for use for people who are in using a language other than English, right? You could change that to, let's say, careers if you wanted to, or something like that. You've got control, and same thing with staff. You could change that to, truck drivers or workers or whatever you prefer, whatever is appropriate to your industry. A quick note about the back end. So on the back end, once you have this enabled, you'll see Swift staff, you'll see all jobs, and you will also see all workers if it's enabled. In this case, I don't have it, but it looks similar. We've got the same. I want to draw your attention to once you're on the detail page, right? So you've got just typical list. You can click on edit for any of these. Okay, so in this case, what I want to draw your attention to is the locations, and that is important for microformats information so that it is picked up by various job boards automatically, including Indeed.com. And also the categories. So in this case, we've got these categories here on the right. You've got some important distinctions, and this is how all of this is read from in the micro format data. So the industry, we preloaded a few things, and if you wanted to change things at any time, you just go click over here to categories. But once you do that, then you may drop that in. So if you are a recruiting company, if you're a staffing industry professional, then you are staffing for multiple industries, or maybe it's just one. You can drill this down as much as you want. These two, of course, should get merged, but you can change that to even subcategories. So you could put Los Angeles, you could put California, and as specific as you want. You've got various options, but the options that we preload are picked up by the microformat system. Here we've got options for recruiter, and that's important only if you're in staffing or recruiter mode, right? Or you're a large enough company to have multiple recruiters. That could be the case. So I hope that helps you. If you have any questions, by all means, let us know. We are continuing to make this better, and this is just a whirlwind tour. It's a very simple system. So if you need either a job application system or a staff directory for your website, then by all means, check this out. And if you have any notes or questions or improvements to it, by all means, let us know. Thanks.